Welcome back to the First Touch podcast, everybody. You don't know, say your boy Calamity, there, brother Tato, and Jeff there as well, isn't it? Today, we're gonna get into the trending Mount Rushmore topic, pan TikTok. Isn't it? So basically, if you don't know what Mount Rushmore is, it's basically them take the four best player from well, whatever topic you have debate on. So it could have been the four best coaches of all time, the four best strikers of all time. Isn't it? So basically that's what them do. Them just take the four best and then put it in our Mount Rushmore. So we're gonna do that today, and we are gonna do it based on the topic the best players since 2010. You see me? So we'll go through it, right? We'll go through each position from goalkeeper go straight up to striker. You see me? So once we start, you might mega edit it now where when I go see the face them, you see me? So when I go see the face them, but for now, mega just show under the list while we are go. All right. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, cause that I gonna notify you when the video them a drop. Is some people big up themselves, thanks for a lot of support. And we'll get into it. So before me even start, shout out to Richard King. So Richard King, a transfer happened with Richard King today. He's now going to be a St. Mirren player that is in the Scottish Premier League. So I think him sign a 2-year contract. St. Mirren, decent side in Scottish Premier League, probably mid-table. You see me? But you don't know if there's an opportunity for a Jamaican reggae boy go out in Europe and showcase them skills. You see me, and them deserve it. For me, probably Jamaica's best centre back overall. So shout out to Richard King. Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's probably. I think he's a 2-year, 2+1 deal, so he might have the option to extend. I think he's like a play option almost, but always good to see our national players have the opportunity abroad.
Definitely.
So,
All right. So live with the screen.
yep.
All right. So first up, we have goalkeepers. So basically, the Mount Rushmore of goalkeepers. Um, I guess Tato, you can give me some names. Jeff, give me some names as well. I'm pretty sure say we all know probably Buffon's after there. So 'cause this is since 2010. I think Buffon's still in that category since 2010. So Buffon and Naya, obviously. Even though I'm not the biggest Naya fan, but Buffon, Naya, would you guys still put Cassius in this?
Definitely. I think
I
since
think it's
2010,
2010.
we're 15 years removed from 2010. He left Real Madrid in 2015.
But how
How
would
good
I
was he
say
in that
how
5 year
good was
stretch?
he in that 5 year stretch for him still in the 2010 bracket?
No, when I got argue against him, club legend, national legend as well. I only
I
can
feel
decide
like
from the Courtois thing. I want to throw a name in the hat personally. Cassius,
Courtois.
I want to throw a name in the hat. Courtois.
Go for your name, Courtois. That anybody else? Cause all right, let's say we'll go Buffon. Buffon for sure. And then we'll have
Nah, yeah.
Naya.
On the left half, Kepa still.
Let's be serious, bro. Let's be serious. So we have Buffon, Naya, and then we are debate on this Cassius thing. But let's say Cassius the in there for now. And then in that fourth spot, who wanna see in that fourth spot?
Alright, so here's my argument for Courtois. At every club that he's been at since 2010, that would be Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Chelsea. I think he's been a top 5 keeper. Like,
Chelsea.
what you mean?
He was not a top 5 keeper at Chelsea. No
I
way,
I
no how.
I disagree.
No
I
way.
think
What the period that time him did at Chelsea?
when was he? He was definitely there. when we won in the left atlet. Well, he was on loan at Atletico technically, I think, and then came back. I want to say come back when we did win. I think he win the league with Mourinho.
Probably.
I think he won the league with Mourinho. And who was the keeper when we won the league with Conte?
Probably him,
I think it was him though,
because
and
he
I
was
think
16, 17 on a win with Conte,
yeah, and I think
and
he
him left
It
was
was
like the
from
year
it
after.
was from 15, 18, 15,
15
18,
to 19.
18.
Yeah, I think he was.
And
I
nine,
think he
yeah, 18.
Okay, yeah.
He get the
So during
transfer.
that period of time, so 14, 15 on a win with Marina, him did that. That was him first season, and
yeah
then him left in a 17, 18. So him did also did a win with Conte.
yeah. So two leagues,
Winning two league titles, I mean, you're
two
the best
league
keeper in the league.
titles. I'm pretty sure our defensive record was
M-
was
Um, what him name? Edison. Edison have four league titles, and I don't think Edison has ever been the best
yeah,
keeper in the league.
but it's not about that, bro. Bro, first of all, I think from Courtois touch Atletico and him did get into him starting role, I
Bro,
think he's been
all right. Let me
a
let
top
me
quality
let
keeper.
me say this then.
All
Top
right,
quality is fine. Top quality is fine. And even that is a stretch for me because I never rate him none at all at Chelsea.
that is
But if you
personal.
want to say, but my personal based off of what me say though, it's just like oh you said he was a top five keeper. I think that's also a personal preference. For
Thinking.
me, at no point in time when him there at Chelsea was he ever better than David De Gea. So me not think
Where they here play now? Most I don't
Fiorentina,
even remember
Fiorentina.
because he's so irrelevant right now. But continue.
That's not the point.
We're,
That's not the
we're
point.
talking about since 2010. It is now 2025, and this man is arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. Continue.
Sure, but I'm telling you about the period before he reached Real Madrid. And the period before he reached Real Madrid, he was not a top five keeper. Ever.
Abal, would you say that he has him have more consistency based in a years as
That's
being a
the
top?
thing. I think over the 15-year period, Tattoo. Yes, thank you for making the point I was going to make. I think he's been. I think every year since 2010, he has gotten better. He has
That's
like.
fine.
But
I
but what
But
but may I say
I still think
you think him better than Ter Stegen over those all those years? Like since the two of them peak?
I mean, when
I
Ter
still think Ter
Stegen come
Stegen are the
onto the
wrong name
scene,
you call. I think Ter
what
Stegen are the wrong name you
2015,
call. I feel like the right name we have to ask is Oblak and
Oblak is
Alistair.
definitely
Oblak is shorter period of time. I'm not having that. I'm not.
Oblak. When I say calamity, the difference, the
What?
thing with Oblak, I feel like Oblak lacking in the trophies or
Bro,
individual
this
accolades.
all right.
And
So
that has
what we
to
are doing right
matter,
now?
bro.
What we are doing right now?
Because,
What we are doing right now? Are we talking about the best, or are we just talking about overall?
bro, but Courtois
Like
has
yeah,
won
yeah.
a lot of
It
his trophies
but
because he was the man of two Champions League become save Madrid, you know.
Me not disagree with that. But no, we just look upon a period when him there Real Madrid, and I don't think at the starting
So
time Real
you don't
Madrid.
think he was good at
Hold on,
Atletico?
no, he was, but he wasn't a top. Your claim was that he was a top five keeper. He was not,
I see.
and um at the starting time Real Madrid career, it's not like he was a top five keeper either. It me think him come into it at Real Madrid after 2020. That is when me think him really come into it. So we are look upon like a 4 year stretch since him joined Real Madrid, and one of them year there him did injury for how long? How long? Him never injured for a season, for an entire season one time.
yeah, I think
Out
the
of
season.
since 2020.
I think the season when they win the CM something with it, but if they come back in at the semi final and the final.
So we are look upon a period of basically a 4 to 5 year stretch since him there Real Madrid. Remember that say yeah, him in that top five bracket. But then we are look upon a man like Oblak now. Me think Oblak have a 5 year stretch when him in that top five. Me think De Gea have a 5 year stretch when him in that top five. Me think Alice have a 5 year stretch when him in that top five. So what we really at talk about now? What we just at talk about? We at talk about trophies included, and we just at talk about a man and in personal.
But the thing is in a calamity,
No,
like
but you have to consider outside of those 5 years as
outside, yeah,
well,
we
bro.
feel we can't believe
Sure.
I agree with Abba right now. But yeah, we feel
Exactly, bro.
like
You make Tattoo get my point.
Abba it is not a sweet. But anyway, I feel like accolade have somewhat to do with it, bro. I'm
It
just
has to,
like if you
bro.
ask me personally who is a better keeper, I would have said Black, yes, but like for represent what we are doing right now, I feel like Courtois would have been a better, would have been more
And not
a
Allison.
face.
Not Allison.
Huh?
Not Allison.
Alice, well, yeah, Alice would have been a bit like I was thinking about Alice, but then again, as I
That's
said, me
so
have view
disrespectful.
accolades
What do
over
you
the
mean
years because remember,
disrespectful?
me I put accolades and me I put you as a keeper in one and try for measure it. Really and truly that me I try for do. So like yeah, as I said, book fan fear. And I feel like taking out Cassius is very crazy. Let me first say that.
No, but now we have to test it. This is what we are categorized now. Because if we really look on it, we are talking about a 5 year stretch for Cassius. Because when him retire, or when him no
Him
2015,
leave Madrid in 2015. So I
and
mean, it
then
was
after that he was nothing after that. Let's be
right.
real. So we're talking about a 5 year stretch in terms of Cassius, and we're gonna talk about this when we get back to the midfield of them like Javi and them Mande too. But we are talking about a 5 year stretch realistically when we are looking at
But
Cassius.
calamity isn't
Within that
but
5 year stretch, you can mention him accolades, him win the World Cup, he win the Euros, um, win the Champions League.
exactly. All
But
right, when me I think about it, now, bro, I
how
feel
was his
like nowadays
individual
if you're
performances after 2013?
So
30,
you
but
don't
all right,
think that
yes,
Courtois had multiple individual performances outside of the
I
last 4 years,
think
bro?
about
Yeah,
I
definitely.
will
Man,
I will
I
I
say
will
him didn't. I'm not saying he didn't. What I'm saying is that your claim that he was me can see him. We can see him as him was one of the best keepers in the world. But being one of the best keepers in the world can mean you're the 12th best keeper in my opinion. That still mean you're one of the best
That's
keeper them in the
ridiculous.
world to me.
Why would I have a top 12 as well? But anyway, continue. That's what you think. Go ahead.
Hold on.
but
Hold on.
calamity, eh? Yeah, but calamity. The thing with me that view, bro. Like, if you ask nowadays, if you ask players like fans, who them think are the best striker in the 2010 period, like they would still bring up Fat Ronaldo, even though he more dominate in the in the late 90s and in the early 2010 they start they not injury take him over in the Polito retirement. Like it would still have him conversate because in like the first 3 years in that 2000 to 2010 him did that him do something what they really outrageous and then again I'm gonna bring up him doing the World Cup even though as well you point out the other day say he did only play like 17 games that whole season and majority was in the World Cup. So for Cassius now, I feel like for that even bit much when we over in the 2010 period, as I say, between 2010 to 2014 or 15, I feel like it is enough for him be in the
Me
Mount
not have
Rush.
a problem I put Cassius at this point, right? But might talk about that fourth spot realistically because
I'll be very real with you. I'm actually finding it almost outrageous that talk about Courtois like this, bro. From the man step foot into Spain, he's been not only a winning keeper, bro, but the man was barely conceding goals. I think in him first,
I feel like
um,
in these types of conversation, winning is overrated.
no, but you have to consider, bro. Courtois has had the own, bro. There's one player who can really say, and well, I mean, there are two players who can really say them embarrass that man, you know. Lionel
So,
Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, you know. Only two players, you know, where every time you watch low lights for Courtois, you will see them 100 times. The free kicks him, Christie score against him. All the things Messi do against him. But bro, the man had years in La Liga where he had as much clean sheets as goals conceded. The man has had multiple games. Even the year them did win the title, the man was great. Chelsea
but
2 years,
And Jav, you
him
know,
win.
so me I gotta be so honest with you. I don't think that's something outrageous to do in a Real Madrid team.
in a Real Madrid, yeah, and I feel like,
Oh my God.
I feel
I
like
really hate when you guys do this,
I feel
because
like
it's not like the
what Ter
man them
Stegen,
not.
I feel like
Bro,
what Ter
we've
Stegen did.
seen what the man do when bro, the man literally single-handedly lead them to victory against Liverpool, bro.
But bro, I
If
feel
Yeah,
without
like Ter
Courtois,
and
you
Stegen
get
lead.
10.
I feel like
and
Ter Stegen lead the COVID team, Barcelona team, 2000 and what, must say 20 straight to
Did
entire
they win the
La
Champions
Liga.
League?
Yeah, we win, no, not champ, but the
Did
La
they win the Champions League?
So is it the La Liga is, but I feel like for a 38 game where you have a
and
poor back
and
line.
and we can give him performance of the decade for that if he wanted. But man, I think it hold that much weight when we are talking about a 15-year span.
So hold on. Is it a case where you're just going to go based off of what you see? Because if you consider everything, when we know him of the numbers, him play 154 games at Chelsea, and he had 58 clean sheets, and him concede less than a goal a game. At Atletico, far less than a goal a game, 76 clean sheets. At Real Madrid, less than a goal a game, 111 clean sheets. Plus, him win at every single club him go. And let's not pretend like um let's just say Atletico used to sit back with 100 players. When Courtois went to Madrid, bro, it was they weren't a defensive unit that they used to be in the early 2010s, bro. Let's not pretend like this current Madrid poor defense has not been something that was coming. Like it's been coming. They've been a poor defensive team over the last few years, bro. So to make it seem like, and
Just
then we have the performances to back up, like the performances are there to back up any claim to say that yo, when it came down to it, when the team needed him, if everybody was playing garbage, they could never say Courtois was playing garbage.
Would you say that he is what in I'm time him consistently better than Allison? Come on, just feel like if you go, but feel like if
Yeah,
you go
bro.
try pushing Allison, but feel like if I try put in Carter,
the
just feel
the
like Allison would
only
have a
the
better
I
season.
only the
can't push. Why
only
am I pushing in Allison when I just talk about the man record and him how
that
much he win
you
and him
see,
record since 2010?
that's not the
We are
only
talking about
reason
a
why.
15 years straight, but it don't. You
Exactly.
can't say that's the only reason why,
That's not
bro.
the
Then you should
only reason why I
no.
see a point, bro.
Then
That's not the
you should have
only
made the
reason why I
criteria.
see a
All right.
point.
Well, if you never want me to make that point, you should have made the criteria 2020 to 2025 if
No,
you wanted to make
but
a
I
case
still
for the
feel
best
like
5 years.
say, I still
Or
feel
make your
like
Mount
say,
Rushmore not since 2010, but make it their best 5 year period. Because otherwise, the conversation don't make no sense, bro. You cannot discredit a man for being consistently good or great over a 15-year period. And I'm gonna disrespect him by comparing him with somebody who you can't talk about before the previous 5 years or so. Come on now, dog. Let's just be real.
no, but there is
And Allison
there
never have
is
a
such a thing
performance.
as,
Allison never have a performance like Courtois have in the two Champions League final. Never. Him
bro.
couldn't even sniff it.
Dog, whole heap of keepers don't have that type of performance. I'm not gonna take the performance, the moment away from Courtois.
That the moment has to matter
However, however, when you
significantly.
when you look upon a man like there is such a thing as a man 10-year can greater than the next man 15-year. Man, I say that's the case with
I
Courtois. I'm
don't
not
think that's the
saying
case with Allison.
okay. I'm not saying that's the case.
Or the yeah.
However, no,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the case, Joe. I'm just saying that this I feel like when him did there at Atletico, he was good. A bit overrated, but good. When him did there at Chelsea, he was highly overrated in my opinion. Still good, but highly overrated. And him just start coming to it in the since the 2019-20 season at Madrid. However, to your point of the longevity, me can just say, we will just stop it at quarter. Simple.
3 years 4 years in the Premier League. Every year that he played over 30 games, 13 clean sheets, 16 clean sheets, 15 clean sheets. Numbers speak for itself. Let's continue for you.
No, but man, I like that argument though, because
Honestly,
clean
don't like.
sheets is not
Honestly, don't like
always
Turk, but take it.
predicated on the goalkeeper only. We go with right back now. Mount Rushmore are right back since 2010.
But I think
You
it's
know
probably
my
the
answer
easiest.
already.
But
That's what I
honestly,
gotta say now.
this is honestly probably one of the easiest answer. Honestly,
I say that to Lucas Vasquez.
yeah. He can get a show for true car. He's not a fail. He's not a fail right back.
Oh
He's a
boy.
fail winger. Anyway, my
Oh,
four
God.
right back would have be best I get my would have be Carval,
Wow.
Daniel.
Wow.
Wow. Who
You,
are you?
as that cover, you.
Who are you?
Anywho, Danny Carval, Danny Alves, Philip Lam, and for me either between Kyle Walker or Trent.
I put Kyle Walker personally. Not because I have any agenda against Trent. I just think on his
Alright,
day, Kyle Walker is almost
done.
by far the
And
best
and
right
as I
back in
said,
the world.
bro, I think that you ever made that point earlier. Like for me, bro, if you go ask me like this for talent, man, I don't know, wow, like when I see one rainbow in front of you. The thing is, bro, I don't think Carvajal is personal as a player a good talent, but over the years his consistency and his you can depend upon him dependency is there. So why not? And really and truly, like
What
for
does
me have
talent mean? I
consistency.
always ask this question. And what does that mean? Especially in the case of a right back. What does talent mean? Define talent.
What you mean define the bro? When
Mm.
honestly when I say that, Marcelo come to my mind. When it come on to a wing back and they
But
say yo define.
that's crazy because if I'm talking talent, Marcelo is a talented footballer. I don't think he's a talented left back. If I think about Marcelo, the first three things that come off the dome has nothing to do with left being a left back. It has something to do with being a technically gifted footballer or a quality attacking wing back. But I please remember, left back, right back are defensive positions. There's I think Marcelo is by far a more talented footballer. But to say that he's not a talented right back when him smart, him have the IQ of a right back,
That
he
have a
can
lot to do with
pass, he
football.
can cross, and can
Him can do
defend.
what? Him can cross or cross the
What do
road.
you
Him can
what do
cross
you
the
mean?
road.
You don't think Carvalho can cross?
No,
You always come with some outrageous takes in a dog.
no, I don't think Carval as what I'm gonna say cross like as when you say the squad,
Yeah, I
what
think
come to
about
my mind
Trent
again?
or Marcelo.
I want again Marcelo Trent. You have when him again Philip Lam, Danny. I don't think Carval can cross the ball as good as even Alfonso Davis. I'm being strictly
Are
serious.
you sick in your head?
I'm
Well, I know
strictly,
that
bro.
you
I
are enough,
don't
but
think,
you're so ridiculous that every time I
bro.
record
I'm
an
strictly
episode with you,
serious. That
you
even
come
as
and you say
Alfonso
something
Davis, I
outrageous that make
swear.
me bro, you're unbelievable. Like you're actually unbelievable.
Bro, I swear to
No,
God,
you're
I don't
actually
think
unbelievable.
Carvajal.
Oh
And
Better
god.
yet,
and
if you don't think Carvajal can cross, go back, go watch when
no, I
Rodrigo kick you
don't
out
think
of the Champions
Carvajal.
League. And any
I
of the other 100 times
don't.
him do it. You're already, yeah, dog,
Man
what's
them,
wrong with
man
you?
them. Why we are
You
debating
watch you
like
know?
how already said?
We're gonna get you some not even therapy, bro. Like them need for check. Them need for do a
I
scan.
don't think Carvajal is cross. No, sir.
All right,
Me
Man,
not see him
experience
as that
something.
man.
man them.
But
When I need to
we're not
debate
gonna
about right
argue
back
that,
what
yeah.
already said.
You're
Like, come
ridiculous,
on.
by the way. But
The
just have a
the
cool
only
head up.
thing when me have
Matter of fact, please
like
clip this. I need that Alfonso Davis thing for clip because that
me
is an outrageous take.
Okay then.
um I feel
Man,
like
say Alfonso Davis was upskirt.
I feel like
Honestly,
sooner or
that
later we
even
need for
Cavill, that even Hakimi. No, I think him can cross the ball man.
What
I
are you
feel like
talking about?
I, I feel like sooner or later we need to have a conversation about Kyle Walker. But me I left that for later.
All right. I'm willing
If
to
you
have
have
that
somebody else
conversation.
where can push in, it
Yeah,
can.
no, I'm willing to listen.
I'm
Who
willing,
else?
I'm willing, cause as I say, when it come on to the Kyle Walker and Danny Carvajal, I'm thinking about consistency. If you have somebody where can make a better debate than them, fine.
Another
Yeah.
player who I think has consistently been top 10 over a 10-year plus period.
Who?
Kyle Walker.
If you answer your claim where you say, all right, you know Gregory Kobo?
No.
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, what about him? Him keep for Dortmund now, or used to at least.
yeah. Would
Yeah,
you
what
say
about
that
him?
he's one of the best keepers in the world?
Currently,
Yeah.
um, when I think best keepers I think he's one of the best keepers in his league. When I think best keepers in the world, I'm thinking top 10. I'm not extending it to top 20. Or maybe top five in his league. So yeah, I suppose.
Mm. I mean,
But if if I'm going to name the best
Answer.
keepers in the world, I'm naming the best 10. Off the top of my head, I'm simply not listing more than 10 players.
The point why I mentioned Kobe is that I think that he hovers around the spot anywhere between 8 and 12, what me consider.
It's not
And
outrageous at all.
and I would still consider him one of the best keepers in the world, even if somebody have him
That
as
mean
at
8 and
12.
12 is fluid.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's fine, But it's not like it definite where I just you would make the argument, you get me? It's fluid, like him can be being between 8 and 12 is that big, like a four spot that so he could be in, he could be out. But I get your point nonetheless still. I already know center
center
back,
back. All right, so I think center back, the
Sergio
first two
Ramos,
easy. Ramos, Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva. Performance yesterday was amazing, by the way,
Mm.
against Inter.
Thiago Silva. I mean, that will probably crash out if when I put PK. Yeah, so
PK, I was just about to say, I was just about to say. I don't know why the
and
brother I feel like the viewer them all up on him for it, dog.
and then after PK, but I
Hold on, we're
probably
putting
say,
PK for you?
yeah, I think PK deserve it.
Just a ask, just a ask.
After PK,
When
but
did
I
PK
probably
become
say
like bad?
like, but I probably say after 16, 2016.
So we are giving it because I'm 6 years. Like his 6 years were just that good.
Well, but I say yeah, in the same reason why would I put a Cassius? Why would I put a keeper PK?
Okay. I know
Uh,
exactly what going to happen for center mid then. But continue.
that's what I'm gonna say.
I'm
This
not saying
Cassius
I'm by the
thing,
way, just to make it clear, I'm not saying yeah, you did set a precedent by putting Cassius in there. Personally,
exactly,
I would have left him out. Not out of any disrespect. Again, club legend for my club, legend for the country that I support. But I don't know if I'd have put him in there. Because you do set a precedent now to put in the likes of a lot of other Spanish players who would have only
exactly.
played. I just don't think it makes sense. It's one thing if somebody never good past like, but you know, never mind. Let's just sleep. People.
Honestly, don't know why not talk about the show before each day.
Uh,
Um, I
I
hope
guess
you. I hope you don't say who I think you're gonna say. You know.
the next up, me think it's between Varane
I'm gonna know
and
you're gonna say that.
I think it's between Varane and Van Dijk.
Like, Van Dijk.
What? 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 What the top five? What the top? What is the after five? Hold on. What is it?
Pay attention then. Ramos, Thiago Silva, PK.
Right, yeah, that three they're good. What the next two?
The next
This is
one, him
the
say is
next one
between
is
Varane
between
and
Varane
Van
and Van
Dijk.
Dijk.
Varane is not in it
I
for
mean,
me.
we can put Kelly in it.
Bro, I don't know what calamity have against Chiellini and Bonucci. I
I'm
swear.
not against Kelly. Bonucci is a no, bro. Stop with this Bonucci bullshit. Bonucci bullshit have to stop, bro.
I'm
Stop it.
putting Chiellini and Van Dijk in there over Varane.
The disrespect on this man named Rafael Varane is crazy. It is
Bro,
outrageous, bro.
I
My
I
name
I
for
have
Bale.
watched Varane week in, week out since him touch the scene when him score in the
Calamity,
what him score.
you think Van Dijk better than Godin?
Godin.
Mm-hmm.
I think he
Peak,
had
yeah.
a
Peak for peak, yeah.
significantly higher peak, and him staying in peak for longer. And then the only argument he could have probably make is like
Longevity
winning,
for good in, to be honest.
winning, and then neither of them did really like they
Oh, no,
aren't
no, but just,
serial
I
winners.
really hate the recency bias when it come on to Van Dijk.
So
I swear.
Van Dyke, I know you
Just feel
did just
like
say that still.
Van Dijk
But all
is
right,
a really good.
more conceptualize it now then because Van Dijk break through 18-19 that time. That up to this date are probably the um
Debut Premier League
best
season.
sent yet by a centre back. So that was Van Dijk peak, and then after that I think him did get an injury from Pickford and did out for a season.
Yeah, that's at 2020. He also never played much in his first season either.
So when you look upon it, we are look upon a 2018 to 2025, basically a 7 year stretch. So in
Well, he
that
played
seven
much for
year
Liverpool in his first season because him did go. Him did, it was a January transfer, though.
Van Dijk,
Yeah, wasn't he a January transfer?
probably.
Yeah, so he would have played half the season with Southampton.
Van Dijk, let me check that.
Yeah, he played 12 games for Liverpool in the Premier League in 2017. Well,
Oh,
12 games for
actual,
Southampton.
my bad. 17, 18 him get
Yeah,
transferred to Liverpool at
yeah,
18,
and
19.
it was 2018 though. You were right. It was the year 2018 in January.
Yeah. Yeah, but now my head me I say 18, 19. Cause I know say me I say yeah, I say him never play that much. Me I say 18, 19 was
Yeah, he
him
never
like
played
him
that
Ballon
much
d'Or
in.
run.
Oh
So
no, I never played that much for Liverpool in 2017. I was saying him only play half the season for them.
yeah, so so let's me would really count that half season, even though he was good. Like when people start really say, "Yo, Van Dijk are the man," 18, 19. So we are look upon a 18, 19 to 25. So
Or
that a
if
eight
you leave
season.
out the season that he never play, I think he missed like 10 games max in that stretch.
So that a 8 season in total for Van Dijk, and one of them him been injured for. So seven. We are look upon a longevity of 7 seasons. Now I think him did fall off after him get injured for a season. Like, I think him
But that
not
would have
fall
been
off to the point where yeah say him just completely not good, but fall off where you could have clearly notice a difference in him game where me even would have considered him a top five centre back when in that period of time I saw him fall off. Which I think that was the season after him get injured. When him a come back from injury. So when him a come back from injury, him did him did out for one season, and then a season after that he never that good. Then him start find back himself. So we are look on roughly 6.5 years are good out of Van Dyke. When we look on a Diego Goodin, the Atletico from what 2014, 2013.
it would have been at least 2013, I think. Um, he was definitely there the year Madrid win La Decima, so has to be at
Actually, him did
least
2010.
2014. Yeah, same was there the year after. What am
No,
I
him did
thinking
it from
about?
2010 actually. So
2010
yeah, 10-11.
Atletico.
Yeah, 10-11. 10-11 was him first season at Atletico. And him left in a 18-19.
Uh, Diego
So
Godin will attack.
yeah, Diego Godin.
Okay.
So that is a 9 season stretch for Diego Godin. When him left, him got Inter. He was okay at Inter, but and in him last season at Atletico, he never really. So we look upon a longevity roughly around the same period if we really count years where them never that good and all of them like a thing there. So realistically, Godin don't even really have the longevity argument of a Van Dijk at this point.
Yeah,
So
as I say, I think Chiellini is suitable to put. Varane
I can
can't go in there for
understand the
me.
Chiellini. I can understand the Chiellini. But the disrespect from Varane is crazy, bro. Like this man, for sure, for sure, is a legend of the game, bro. Like this man,
A
they're right
legend of
up there.
what football?
Of course. Of course. Oh, bro, where be real right now?
I'm being
Like
very serious, bro.
serious.
I think I almost think that's outrageous to say.
Rafa?
No, bro. You can
That's
call him a club
crazy.
legend if you want, but
What?
don't. You can call him a Magic club legend if you want, but I don't think, bro, Varane. I don't think people understand the things he used to do and get away with on a weekly basis in a dog. I don't think people. Bro, literally off the top of my head, I can name you so many goals that them man there concede because of him. So many, including when Sanchez did chip Diego Lopez. In the 2-1 game, that the 2-1 Clasico, I think it was the first Clasico of that 2013-2014 season.
Check Kelly.
Constantly caught out of position, and in pace help him to recover. And I'm not saying if you take away in pace him not good, because that is
No.
stupid to say.
I'm not gonna use the argument there because that's the argument where people use to Kyle Walker week in, week out. When we are talking about Kyle Walker. Who that?
Sorry.
I think he's I think Kyle Walker. I'm not saying Varane is not good enough. I
Bro,
just think he's a
make me think you like don't say what you mama think you gonna say a while ago, bro. Cause if you ever look for me and tell me say Kyle Walker is a good defender, you're sick.
bro. I
Them
just
man they
don't
are
think.
low on pace and recovery. Low on pace and recovery.
Bro, anyway, still.
You work with
Um,
Kelly.
let's work, yeah. I think he's good enough, dog. I don't think he's a top four defender since 2010.
That's fine.
Bit of
Me
hard
just
for put him in there, especially because like the man in play tied of was one of the reasons he win a lot of the things he win.
left back. Marcelo
Marcelo.
given
All right, for my four, cause
Jordi Alaba.
me really don't know if my brain is up for the debate right now. But my for my four that be Marcelo, Dani Alba, what
Jordi
name
Alba.
again? Jardi Alba. You know the four just in my brain? Marcelo, Jardi Alba, Dani Alba.
Dani Alba. Who's that?
The one from Bayern.
David
Danny
Alaba.
Alaba.
David Alaba.
David
That's what I call it,
Alaba.
Danny Alba. Who else?
I don't know if we can get Alaba that.
Alright, but was kind of stuck by my foot. But why?
Cause Alaba stopped play left back after like 2017. So when he reached a Bayern, Alaba they are Bayern for like from 2010 or somewhere around that region. 2009. And Alaba played left back up until about 2017 or 2018. So we look on an 8 year stretch of playing left back, then him transition to centre back. And then basically left back are now a secondary position for him. Him only play it when he is needed to play left back. When we look on the stretch at the left back, them him probably still make it though. Because now me I think back in my brain, who else would I really probably Andy Robertson make
Not
that
sure.
fourth spot? You're crazy. Me is a come on, bro. I made a
Um,
Luke Shaw. Isn't me?
that's what I'm saying. Um,
Probably Andy Robertson and Alaba for
I
sure.
think that would be a fair shot. I mean, when you really think about it, have we had any
Outstanding
quality
left back.
outstanding, yeah, left backs in recent history? Even not,
Can't
not,
can't really think of none.
none that has like
Other than
outside of Robertson.
Alfonso Davis, which even not
And I
really have enough
still,
longevity.
I don't think him have enough. Yeah, me neither. And definitely to say that he's one of the best, he's a top four. If he was a top four left back since 2010, that would say a lot about the left back pool since 2010.
Yeah. Cause Alfonso Davis are just 24, bro.
That would have said a lot about the left back pool.
I never did call Alfonso
No,
Davis.
no, no.
No, no,
Never.
no, no, you just
I
say
just
like
look for other options. David
I
Alaba and
think
then
I think
Andy
all of these
Robertson.
players spent a lot of time at their positions, and they also played for the biggest teams. So Marcelo was Madrid left back for a very long time. Same thing with Jordi Alba. Though Alaba started playing
Centre back.
centre back, him was still there, and him would have probably get like pushed out to left back at some point in the games. I remember him at one point he used to play defensive mid as well.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and then yeah, I think Robertson almost has to be in there. Like he is well,
But
obviously he's
but
not as
that's
flashy
the
as the quintessential
quintessential
left
left
back,
back. since
Yeah,
2018.
yeah. So I mean, I guess no arguments there.
Defensive midfield.
Um,
Uh, Busquets, obviously.
Busquets, Casemiro.
Busquets, Casemiro.
Is it too much for Troy in Kante?
Roger. Oh, I thought you were going to say Roger.
Kante is a good shot.
Yes, I Kante.
Um, I don't know if more want to give Pirlo because remember the president Acacias PK were looking like Pirlo in a conversation.
But honestly, don't have a problem putting in Pirlo. Like, me really don't agree. I feel like with what I take when I say just a 3 year or 4 year stretch can go over for the. Cause me I think about it like who has been really better than those players even though like me even think about them last
No,
three
but
years,
adapt myself to Jevina. A man
That's the
5 year
argument.
can better than a man 10 year.
10 years. So but so for me like if Pirlo would be a good shot for sure. Um no me I forgot somebody. I swear to God I'm forgetting somebody.
But I don't know if I want to put Pirlo there. I know Kante is definitely a good shot. Kante is a shot, and
And Jeff Meyer say something more than but well right now would put in Raji. Would put in Raji yet.
I thought that's what you were going to say. That's why.
No, I'm not.
I know media put him in. I
I
say
mean Ballon d'Or winner.
Kante should be in there. I think for sure.
Yeah, we can put in Kante.
Oh, I am forgetting. I am sure I forget somebody. I swear. But what you got Alcantara consider in that center mid, right? I just said that's center.
Regardless, no matter which position you put him, I don't think he'll make any of them unless you talk about talent,
Yeah,
which
I don't
is
think
not
Fine,
Alcantara.
enough.
fine,
I think
fine.
Alcantara would have make it.
Yeah, I don't think he would
What
have
about
make it.
Verratti? What about Verratti?
Oh, good shot.
Decent show, yeah.
Mm. But it's a Verratti is a man of all positions. And a Verratti will play defensive midfield, center mid, attacking mid. But if you nail him down to a position, but I probably go defensive mid for true. So
Like a defense.
is a Verratti and a Pirlo and I
Ooh.
mean
Brainstorm.
if we are keep up the same if we are keep the same energy, it's Pirlo, to be honest.
I mean, I'm fine with
Um when did Xabi Alonso retire? 2017?
that. 2017. Let me check. I know he left Madrid in 15. I went to Bayern.
Yeah, and him spent
Um,
like 2 seasons at Bayern.
yeah, 2017. Yeah,
Xabi Alonso can be a shout too.
I don't think. I think if you're going to put him in, you have to put him Pirlo instead.
Mm, I mean, yeah, man like well, them man would make it, but yeah, man like Arthur Vidal and them man they too.
Mm.
Sure.
Honorable mentions, I suppose, but them still wouldn't make it.
Alright, we'll just go with Pirlo. But I like the Verratti shot, honestly. If we never that stick to the criteria, I'm gonna put in Verratti. Alright, now we reach over center mid. Now
Center mid. What is that?
center
What is
mid
eight? What is the eight or what is eight?
pretty straightforward. I must play like center mid address. Tony Cruz, Luka Modric, I mean
Is
Iniesta,
look
and
how much I don't want Cam.
No,
no, where you get
no,
that from?
no,
No, bro.
never, ever. At no point.
Luka
Uh,
Madrid is never play Cam for Real Madrid.
not saying him never
No,
play,
bro.
but he's predominantly a central midfielder.
No. Magic is not a cam, bro.
Well, no. As I say, tonight. Me not really did. Me not really have.
You think
Iniesta,
Magic is a cam, bro?
No, but no. For some reason, we just always have him more
I
attacking
probably treat
wise.
him right the number 10. Yeah, but that not mean like him. He's just a advanced
I
play,
mean,
10.
Iniesta is attacking. I'm more of an attacking
That
midfielder
would
And
than
I
Madrid.
think
attacking.
he's more attacking than Iniesta. But feel like him player.
No,
For me,
I
him
don't
look
think
like a
so.
player for me who play behind the striker. No, not behind the striker. Like in front of the two midfielders.
No, sir.
Nah, man. He's
No, sir.
always been the float between the two midfielders. Never been the top link ever. It was
No, sir.
always James or Isco. Even when even when Madrid was playing with him, Casemiro and Cruz, it was a flat
It
three.
was a flat
It was a
tree.
flat three. Him
That's
he was
that. But that's look for them bird now. I feel like that's somebody always have him as a 10 because I know say I view Casemiro as that man who stayed at the belly. Tony Cruz would have been the 8, and then would have say um Madrid
Cruz
at the
did
10.
just play a deeper line. If anything, you could have said Cruz was the deep line center mid, Casemiro was the D mid, and then Magic was like the eight or the advanced eight. But that's why Benzema job was what it was, because
Mm,
him did almost operate as that half
mm.
type of false nine slash free roam player who used to go, especially in Christie later years, he used to go to the left so Christie can occupy space in the middle. Sometimes Bale would have go left to put in some crosses and then make something there. But yeah, I think that list is fine. Cruz, Iniesta, Xavi, and that's the Madrid.
So we're going to attacking midfielder. It will be KDB,
Mm-hmm.
Ozil,
About Ozil.
Ozil, KDB, Ozil,
You know,
Thomas Muller.
all right,
If you
hold on,
consider him an attacking midfielder,
hold on. I want to. What do we consider Fabregas?
central midfield.
Very unfortunate because I would have put him in.
How about David Silva?
Especially in
Now,
him time at
El Mago, for
when him
sure.
come back at
Valid
Chelsea, he
shout.
was definitely a central midfielder when him come back at Chelsea. And that was most of the period at 2010.
Why am I going?
But where you said Tato Silva, David Silva is a shout as well. But do you guys consider David Silva attacking midfielder?
Or you consider him a right winger?
I consider him a midfielder, but
Not
him
that
a one of
David
them
Silva.
man they
Not
were
that brother Silva. You know, David Silva.
him a one of them man they were him play a lot between central and attacking midfield for me.
Yeah, but when I hold on, I mean I thought that we must say right wing. David Silva play enough right wing in his career. What do you
They play
mean?
right wing
No,
sometimes.
well, him play a right wing mostly for Spain.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's I think Jano, it's so hard leaving Fabregas out of something like this. I don't even think I think he's so underrated that. But um
What's the Ozil, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ozil, um
Where's the calamity,
but
Bruno?
the truth is,
I
the
mean,
truth is
we're
the
looking
number
at that
10
number 4
position.
spot now, and it's looking like a Bruno thing, to be honest.
The truth is
Um,
that number 10 position has gone
What about
dull.
Coutinho? No mention for Coutinho.
No,
no,
absolutely not.
no, no, no. I'm
What
cutting
about
on
Marco
my boy.
Rice? What about Marco Rice? Was he too injury prone?
Yeah,
Not
no.
only that, but he was not a full-fledged cam either. He was
Him also
I
did it on the
think
right
I
wing
think he was
sometime
a
too.
left winger, yeah. He
Yeah, left
operated
wing.
as a
My
left
bad.
winger a lot.
What about the baller? But that's a throw in for
No,
me.
absolutely not. I was going throwing I think we should put down David Silva. I almost feel like it
Yeah, David
disrespectful that
Silva.
him name not on there yet.
David
I was
Silva
going
for sure.
throwing like couple see my Alf just typing him name by all accident and whenever me type it in. My name is right in front of me, Snyder. Or
Yeah.
No, no,
I'm just
no.
throwing names. You have Snyder, you
Um,
have um
I was gonna
you
say
have Muller
we're
you
looking
can
at
put
Thomas
into
Muller if you consider him at 10, because me consider him at 10 in them later years.
what would
Like
you guys say about like even Kaka or Isco?
I feel like Kaka, but I got
not
Kisha
Kaka.
Kaka show and feel
No,
like see him
not
have a full
Kaka. Kaka.
narrative.
No, we are talking about 2010, not Kaka.
Then
No.
What about Mata?
Mata,
Ooh, one matter.
Mm, yeah, 'cause even when him did go Manu, he was good.
It was alright at Manu, but whenever they use a 10, so that's why they kind of fall off when him
But
when
that's what
them.
I'm saying. I think the number 10 position has just died overall for the most part in football. And when I say that, I'm not talking about fancy flicks and tricks like everybody else. I just feel like teams generally don't use a number 10 anymore. Your number 10 is probably a player who can do most of the back and forth running. Like a player like um
Man, I like,
Soboslai or Jude.
I like the Muller shout.
Yeah, Muller is fine. I just wonder like what's the shouts like for like a Santi Cazorla, Isco,
Santika is
David
Isco
Silva.
is a good one. Isco is a good one for sure.
That Jano Mata so unfortunate.
The thing with Mata, yeah, that's the thing with Mata. Like, bro, when this man got Chelsea, I think he would have like 55 goal contributions in a year when I win the Champions League, and
Yeah.
then him call Manchester United, and we never really use that 10, so we never really have that space for completely fit him in. And really love Mata, dog, but you know, um. I mean, as I say, it's a Muller thing. Kind of looking at a one Bruno Fernandes.
So Muller still.
Yeah, we go with Muller for sure.
I
All
think
right,
this might be the easiest list of them all. Probably easier than the center mids.
left wing.
Yeah, Christy Neymar Ribery.
Christian Neymar,
Christy
for
Neymar,
sure.
Ribery, and Hazard.
Several.
Yeah, I don't even think it hard. No, there will
Neymar,
be people out there who going to try putting man like Sanchez in the debate or foot. No, I'm not having it.
Ribery.
Especially since we people know Sanchez as a left winger because him did go Arsenal. When he was at Barcelona, he was a right winger.
Whenever me I try what throw word pan now.
And then you may talk about. I never thought you would have. I mean, the fact that you mentioned Hazard before.
Who was the fourth player?
Hazard.
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 Hazard, I feel like, but right, that four, like, it's not even debatable, bro. Unless you're not gonna try to put say Christie's a striker, so find somebody else.
Which I'm not doing.
No, Christy majority. Honestly,
The
feel like
truth
people
is,
need to stop
majority
doing
of
this shit.
his majority of his years since 2010.
What calamity are you tell me said Christie is considered a striker?
No,
No.
probably since 2019.
Yeah, since
God,
him
you
got
know what? You know what?
Juventus. Since him
Me
got
don't, me
In,
don't,
Juventus.
me don't
in
now feel
probably
good.
second year at Juventus, yeah.
Since
Me
him got
don't now feel
Juventus.
good. Somebody even go bother going to it calamity. Yeah, about it. Win that one. Leave a
All
go
Bro,
to
right.
it.
I think the
you tried
next. I
paint
think
a
right
picture now.
wing. Right wing just as easy to still.
We have obviously Messi.
Messi, Robin, Bale, Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hit that.
Robin.
Me the think I left out Bale because I'm ready for argue for
No,
Bale.
man.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I thought you were going to left out Bale because me there
What?
watch I said we gonna see if him gonna left
But
out.
No. Yeah, lucky me never call
is
him name
there
first.
a fifth name? Is there a fifth name right there?
Like an honorable mention.
Yeah.
There is
There
cause
probably are a few.
where have you the Maria? The Maria could have been a name for
Yeah, I
him
True.
was
Di
going to say
for
Maria
Di
is a right
foreign.
winger.
Maria. I
Yeah,
was
Di
going to say
Maria.
Di Maria,
The
Di
Maria could
but
have
Maria
been a
for
but
name for the
sure.
foreign.
him now they come before Di Maria.
Who else? John, yeah, yeah, them something, yeah, you know.
Di
Definitely.
Now
Maria for sure.
I think I don't even know. Like
Calamity, you say Martinelli?
I think there's. Let me put it
Saka.
this way. That I was just about to say what's an Arsenal fan comment Saka. I think the best way to
Oh,
put
I was
it,
gonna say
Tattoo,
Saka. I was gonna
the
say
gap.
Saka a while ago. Mbappe over Hazard?
As
No,
no.
no, no.
Calamity,
You watching the dog?
just say it's an honorable mention. No, no matter with
Watching the
that.
dog.
Same as an honorable mention. Not
Hold
What
just
if
on,
I
hold
make a
on.
what if I make a case for Raheem Sterling?
You
brother.
can't. You can't. You can't.
From night
No, I
from
wouldn't
night
make the
more.
case anymore. Just I
No,
say,
but realistically, I can make a case for Mbappe though. Like
oh,
realistically,
Why?
let's be real, bro.
oh,
Over Hazard.
over
Of
Hazard,
course, of
body of
course.
work, bro. Come
Say when I
on,
work up.
Let's be real, bro. Talking
bro.
about.
First
Let's
of
talk
all,
about it.
as a
Well,
right
first of
wing,
all, Griezmann have a
the
name
man
No,
for
as
him.
played
a left
2 years.
wing.
The man, but oh, no, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that.
You would take
Bro.
Griezmann over him,
Over who?
over Mbappe.
Where?
Yeah,
But no,
idiot.
I feel like Griezmann probably solidify over
Yo,
this
it's
one.
your first in the youth. You must mean.
Honestly, me not saying Griezmann is a better player. Well, no, I'm
Oh,
going to say Griezmann is a better player, but I just feel like say yo years OM do Atletico.
No, but think about it though. We are talking about a Mbappe, top end game, easily a
I
top
think
Over
three
he had
player.
to.
Hazard, no,
Easily a top three player since 2018. Like,
no.
since 2019. Like, really, think about it.
Hazard was Chelsea's attacking. With no Hazard, no attacking.
I don't think that's an argument though.
What do you mean? I don't think that's an argument.
Because you being the centerpiece for a team don't mean say better than somebody
No, no, no,
else.
no, no. I'm not talking about being the centerpiece. I'm talking about being the fulcrum. It literally does not move or operate without you. That's what Eden Hazard was, and it showed because the
I
one
still not
season he
think
was
that's an
injured for
argument, bro.
Madrid,
I still not think
bro,
that's an argument, bro. Because
bro,
again, me can say the same thing about Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. But
bro.
guess
But
what?
but I
Bruno
think,
Fernandes, it does not measure up to David Silva or Ozil or none of them man there, bro. So that's not an
Calamity, me
argument
can't
what we
before
believe you
can
want
use,
me.
bro.
You want make an
before
argument for him, man.
before my take out Hazard, my take out Ribery. I'm sorry, I'm not taking out Hazard, bro.
No, because you're a Chelsea fan. But
I'm not taking out Hazard, bro. Before my take out Hazard, my take out Ribery, man. Not take out Hazard.
Ribery can't move, bro.
Okay.
Ribery can't
Ma
move.
just I tell you, no dog. Ma just I tell you what I'm say. Before I take out Ribery, before I take out Hazard, I take out Ribery.
Mm. I think Mbappe have a valid case, but me not have a problem
But
with Hazard being
hold
there.
on, now, hold on. Now. Let's talk about it. They play for the same country, right? They play the same position.
Who play for
What
the same country?
makes Ribery? What makes Ribery make the team over Hazard? Over Mbappe. Make we come
But
off a Hazard name.
me think Hazard a fourth panelist. That's why it
No,
have to be
hold on, no. But me I ask if una pick Mbappe over Ribery.
me I pick Ribery over
No,
Hazard. Me I pick
Man,
Ribery over
man,
Hazard.
never ask you that, no, dog. I ask you. I ask you, what do you do?
the Calamity. What you say? What you say? Ribery. What you say? Hazard better than Ribery. Calamity. You say Calamity?
You realize you're head not there? You're
Yeah.
not listening. Me just tell us Ribery over Hazard. That's what
Oh,
I just say.
Mbappe over Ribery, that me I ask. Somebody
I
answer me.
mean, it can be debated. It really can. Me personally, no, but
I'm
it can be debated.
no, but why not? That's what me I ask. Why not?
Because I just feel like say the same reason the 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 profile of Ribery, not in terms of goals and assists, because we all know say if at that alone we look on Mbappe got it, bro. Him just got it. But I feel like over the years, bro, with a Ribery, I feel like say, especially in that early 2010 start of the turn of the year, in that early 2010, Ribery for me was just probably the same way how you look on Hazard as some me did look on Ribery. Because I used to watch Bayern whole heap. You see me? I did always I would say Ribery was better than Robin. You see me? So based on just I mean I think the argument can be made, but based on my personal preference for me, everybody.
All right.
I always think Frank Ribery better than Robin.
Yeah.
You think Robin better than Ribery tattoo?
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
granted, you're a Netherlands fan. So. But what
I
you
think
say?
the
You think
argument can be I
you say
think the
he is
argument can
better?
be made either way.
I must
Uh,
ask. I never seen
no,
nobody. I just ask.
no, back then it was a Ribery, but now I think the argument can be made either way.
But anyway, to the
But yeah,
strikers,
my bad. Like I feel like Mbappe do have an argument, but I guess
I don't
personal
think he
preference I
doesn't
keep
have
him
a.
off of the list.
I don't think he doesn't have an argument.
I
I
think like
think
if I go
it's
look
a
on
valid
consistently,
argument.
I feel like if I go look on consistency over how much years, like I feel like Kylian been a dominate from 2000 and say 18, 17, 17, 18 till
2019.
now.
Give him
or
19.
even that. Well, you have to count the year with Monaco him facing Manchester City. Like that's half a count, bro.
But
And that was like
I don't
27.
think that was a like a
Bro, but that was the
domination thing.
starting.
I feel like
Bro,
that
but
was
that
a
was the
breakthrough,
starting.
but I don't feel like that was a domination thing.
But yeah, anyway, like so that so alright. So like say we say 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have be between that would have be like what 1 6 year period, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like for Ribery between 2010 to where in the
About
20 would have
2016. But that was
2016. So
20,
yeah,
yeah, about 15, 16.
but me does me feel like morally I look upon like who was the better player. Honestly, when me that pick Frank over him.
Well, I just check it back right now. 20, yeah, about 20, no, actually, about 2017, actually. Yeah, about
Yeah,
2017.
I choose Frank Hazard. Definitely name and see you know what crazy? Why don't say Neymar? Why is
Come
Neymar
on,
the
Tato,
solid
don't be
spot?
stupid.
Because it's
No,
Don't
Mr.
be
because
Ox, I'm not the
stupid.
Ox.
Dave Neymar is undisputable, bro. Come
But
on.
how long was Neymar actually? And would you say Neymar consistency is up to the level of? But just to make a debate
Yeah.
viewers, I'm not saying.
Neymar from 2013 go straight to 2023 or
why we're
2020.
going, why we even, I mean, I guess he wasn't in
Actually,
Europe
not even
before then,
2013.
but
From
from 2010,
2011 go straight
yeah,
up to
from
20.
2011,
Come on, bro. What we are talking about?
All
from
right.
before he was at
But I
Barca.
feel like I feel
What we are
as
talking about? We are talking
I
about Dos
once heard from
Santos
a
right
friend
here.
say no. As we say, I am not trying to
Come
say
on,
Mbappe
bro.
over him. But
Juan
anyways,
Dos Santos Jr. Come on, bro.
no, it's fine. Remember, say under disrespect him, yeah.
No.
No, no, and I knew that. I knew he was going to refer to that.
I'm kind
But
of realize
again,
that him a pull pan in it.
I knew it. But again, just to remind the viewers, the conversation or the discussion of that episode was transfers, and we were talking about Neymar as a transfer from Barcelona to PSG, and there were certain things that were taken into consideration, including his price tag, including why he was carried there, and things of that nature.
Neymar was still one of the best players in the world when they at PSG. But the mission him set out to do at PSG made him a flop. It has nothing to do with him as a player. But what him
And what
set
me
out
I
to do,
ask
him never
Calamity is,
accomplished.
all right, Calamity. What me I try for get the answers between Neymar years in France and Mbappe years at France. I'm not talk about talent. Me I talk about the like year to year performances. Who you have to say Neymar was a better performing player
But
year in year out over
I
killing
think
Mbappe.
Neymar was a better performing player when it mattered.
Okay.
So I feel
and
like
even
say
I
But like for the full
don't even
season,
know
but
why
like
the
for a full
conversation
season.
broke down to that
no,
though,
because
because it's not like Neymar never did play
Neymar
for the
ne-
foot. Neymar
that me
played
just
football
say
before he went to PSG, so that is also being considered in this list.
Yes, yeah,
also
no. But
also
in years at
Neymar
alright, how
don't
much years
normally
at
play
Barcelona would you say in the stand out?
every year when him there Barcelona.
Boom, every year.
Every year.
Okay. Let's
Look,
continue this.
what are we talking about right now, dog? Like
Yeah, we could
Tato,
just done the
what are
strikers
we
and wrap up the video, bro. Come on now.
Tato? Me not understand what you just asked me. What you asked me? Pan a real level, what you asked me?
At a top performing level. Every year Neymar there at Barcelona him stand him like me not talk about talent, I'm not talk about the name Neymar. Me talk like base on top of the was he always a top 5 performing player
In the
at
Barcelona
Barcelona
team,
at overall in the world?
When him there
Was he
Barca?
always?
When him there Barca?
When no Barca and PSG.
Top five?
Top five.
Maybe not when you
Feel like
gone
for
into
the
the
end of the
PSG.
year.
Maybe
Eh?
maybe not when you reach into PSG because as I say, yeah, him did also have injury problem when Neymar no normally play a football season at PSG. But if we look on just overall performances, him was always in and around the top five. So it might the seventh or eighth one year, but him not far from fifth. And then it might the third one year. So is a thing where injuries was a part of him thing. But overall, Neymar was always in and around the top five since him come to Europe, realistically.
realistically, honestly, honestly, I go waste that show here for this.
Um. So why your argument really with this Mbappe thing? You say Mbappe was
I
better.
know. Do not put. You know what? Move out of the show. Move out of the show, dog.
I don't understand your argument, bro. Honestly,
Yeah, I
because
just
remember,
want to get where you're getting
we're
at.
talking
I still
about.
don't get it.
Remember, say we're talking about like yeah, we say Mbappe have a period of 6 years. So 2019, even if you want to push it back as far as 2017,
As me say,
that's a
calamity,
period of
please.
9 years,
As me say, bro,
right?
you can carry on. Carry
When you
on.
look on Neymar over a period from 2010, 2011, go
Calamity,
straight
we
up
are
to
in one group together. You see, this so we are talking about, I would highlight it in the group.
the people
2000
them need for know. But the people them need for know.
2017, him nobody in the top 5.
Top, what are you basing that on?
My aunt, bro, my aunt.
Where you base that on? Ballon d'Or, where you base it
Yes,
on?
Ballon d'Or
Me
with the
never
third
da
as
base nothing pan Ballon d'Or. Me have to base pan what me see. What me know, what me watch.
But bro, you can't, bro. Everybody, but you actually have bias up. I literally spend majority of the video mention people name where me bias against. Me trying to call Carvajal name first, and everybody by this video nobody even likes the Carvajal. So if I didn't read, if you got put what bias in this way, you say based off where you see, that means I should put in Carvajal then.
No, but the thing is, when we are talking about
I don't get
Neymar,
the
right?
argument, honestly.
No,
So
he
hold
must
on.
say, me never know say he must base him argument pan Ballon d'Or. 'Cause if you da base the argument pan Ballon d'Or, obviously me that tell you say him not
That's
in
why
the
I
top
said
five every
base. That's
year.
why I said take out the
But
talent
why are
and
we? But why are we solely focusing? What I'm, I guess, what I'm struggling is I'm trying to understand why is the conversation only surrounding
PSG,
this
right?
PSG, bro? Why we're
Exactly.
talking about since 2010?
Exactly.
but about if I since 2010, alright then, since 2010. I don't know if you're sure it's a 2011 Neymar. Well, but as I say, viewers once that you that some one of my friend them tell me say anything what me I say, make sure me research it and have it correct. So 2011, Neymar wasn't in the top 5 best performance.
Bro, again, we never did that talk about Ballon d'Or. We just
But
realized a
Man
calamity
had
say
Ballon
you
d'Or
what we
yeah
were
talk
alright,
f-
what
about.
we
man
have
had
been talking
man
about.
had
Next,
44
alright.
goals and
Where
17
alright.
assists in 2010, 2011.
What you say?
In
And
2011, the man had 47
Tato, you
goals
need to
But
and
understand
calamity,
say in a
17
about
assists.
2011,
he
hold
wasn't
on,
among
Tato.
the top 5 best. Remember now, whether
Why wasn't he among the top five best? Because him that
because
play outside of Europe.
alright,
That's
so alright.
literally the only reason.
Alright, so we're gonna go into 2000 alright, because me know say me not for us.
I think I want to understand what is the what are we getting at? What is the basis of the argument or the
What I'm saying is
conversation?
that bro. Ooh, winners, nominees. Check this first because I don't want such man here for come tell me say me need
Brother,
fit.
stop throw word like
Are
you
you
have a,
of course
a
are you
split
me
mill,
attack?
brother.
Are you me attack? You know say are you me attack?
Bro, I,
Because you should be able to back up what you say with facts and nothing wrong if I say that.
No, me never
I
say something wrong. That's why I say me gonna make sure I check it. That's
the
all
thing
I
is,
want,
Tato.
bro.
I don't even understand. And that
Alright,
I
so
still don't
2000 and
understand. Is he saying that
2000.
Neymar at PSG was worse than Mbappe at PSG?
No, Jesus
No, what him
Christ.
a
I
say
am
is him
asking why
the
I do
question
you
when him
want that
asked
of
me. The
extraness
question
for?
when him asked me was that if Neymar has been in the top five since him got Barcelona.
No,
But what
no.
that of
Listen, that is not even it. Alright, remember I know say what easily we say what have when we are talk about the players them on the left wing. Otherwise, from Neymar, we talk about their consistency throughout the year and why would I put them in that top position. And then on the start ask you who was better than who and I'm ask you. So on the think that Neymar has always been a top 5 performer based on him whole season and on say yes Tato. No, you never say yes Tato. You say this is not even a conversation. Why we even have this? And me to myself, me I say, bro, me not think Neymar was always a top 5 performer when it come down to the like to FIFA ranking or Ballon d'Or ranking or when them view it like we don't think him did always come the top 5. Don't get me wrong, him is a talented player. And yes, in team can depend upon him. But as what Calamity said, in big moments, PSG could have rely on Neymar more than Kylian Mbappe. But I feel like for a football calendar year, and as we say, I'm not 100% sure of this, but I think that's Mbappe at that period of time with Neymar in PSG, they be announced as a better player for the season than Neymar.
Um, yeah, you can probably say that was true, but we're not talking about Ballon d'Or ranking, because we know Ballon d'Or ranking based off of narratives, also based off of certain different things that come into it.
But
Remember,
bro,
say Neymar is a man where every year him there at PSG, I doubt it Neymar play 30 game in a
exactly
league season.
calamity. That's why I'm saying again, like I feel like want to use for cover Neymar is just like say it's because it's Neymar. It's like how
No,
would I go into things when it come on to Hazard, when
no,
it come
Tato.
on to even back to keeper, like we'll go into it when it come on to Casillas, Buffon, when it come on to Casillas and why we think Courtois, we'll go into it. With Neymar, I feel like we never go. Right. With Messi and Christie, we didn't even have to go into it. We'll see to the eyes what happened, and the stats is there to back it. The accolades are there to back it. Their performance is there to back it. But I think the notion with Neymar is the same thing what happened with Ronaldinho. Yo, it's Ronaldinho. Yo, it's Neymar. It don't even debate. We don't go into it. So
No. Not my all right, what may I say to you is Tato. Man, I think me needed a Ballon d'Or ranking for tell me say in a 2021 or 2020 Neymar was a better player than Erling Haaland. But yet still, if you look on a Ballon d'Or ranking during that period of time, Erling Haaland did
but at the
always
end of the
finish
day,
above him.
calamity, but at the end of the day, calamity, things like them, those are still critical to the reasoning because, as I say, bro, me and you will have different view, and yes, who have vote them have a different view. But me just feel like for them sources is a bit more better than our one, really and truly.
Mm-mm. I don't feel so.
Well,
That
all right, that's fine. We'll just move on into striker.
striking position. Well, I've obviously Suarez.
Benzema,
Suarez. Who?
Suarez,
Hold on. What?
Benzema, Lewandowski,
What? Hold on. What? Wait a second. No.
Karim Benzema. Bro, but I tell you that the difference between bro, I feel like we have time when we can aside my biasness, my bias is dog. Really and truly. Benzema, like yeah, Benzema the Ballon d'Or in
Come on,
important
bro.
years
That's 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 a bit crazy, bro. Me they kind of up for the fight today. So me
no,
never really
bro,
did
as
one.
bro, man, if I realize it's like I not really have the mindset right now because I'm just quite like myself, really can't. My mind already did this right now, the capacity already did this right now. But yeah, but Benzema, I not feel like we don't even fight that, bro. We don't fight it. Bro, come on, from the hear me as a
Lewandowski.
Carvajal. From the hear me as a Carvajal calamity, you're supposed to just expect, yeah, this I go just be one. Normal night for tattoo.
Well, Benzema. Who know that put in foot then? Because
Harry Kane,
we have
What?
Kane,
Aguero.
we have Aguero, we
No,
have
Aguero would make the
um.
Aguero would make the four.
Why not?
Aguero would
Aguero.
make the four. I feel like Aguero. I feel like the injuries has pulling, but I feel like lack of certain type of achievement. You have important achievements like the
We have
championship.
Zlatan as well too.
Zlatan would be a good shot. Even though him though have the accolades as well as the same thing we are separate from um Kun for me. But I feel like my four, I feel like Lewandowski, Suarez, Benzema. Probably Zlatan would be a good squeeze in there to be honest.
But if Zlatan a argument, bro, I feel like
Niggas
couldn't have a
leaving
better
out.
Or
argument
maybe,
over
or
True.
maybe,
2010.
or maybe Alan can be a good shot because from 2000 from 2000 to like
Alan
now he's
about 2020, about 2020 or
about
2019.
2020, yeah, and Alan has we can talk about his stats for days, years, months. And you know when I like Alan again, so you don't know
But
tonight.
would you say that over the 2019 to 2025, Haaland have a better 6 year period than Kun from 2010 to
In terms of
2017?
numbers, into when?
2017?
Well, I'm not so accurate on them numbers. Who would I rather have Aguero? But I think this whole because my small narrative can't go against the whole world. So I think like in terms of the numbers and what a striker supposed to do,
1 second. I mean, for the final position, on the list is a me think is a Zlatan
Yeah, but
Kane.
good.
So we don't
Zlatan,
have any
please us.
hurricane. We
Zlatan
know. I
Kane.
realize
What
we're
the,
not
but hold
following
on now.
hurricane.
The thing is now we are go buy food and president now. Hurricane
Oh
can't
no.
depend this because of trophies now. Remember that.
Oh no.
Bro, I would, bro. First of
Remember
all,
how you set the president there with Courtois now.
No, that's not, bro. You see that one do this. One do this. Why not always do this? I
bro,
did not.
Hurricane over
I
Zlatan.
never said Courtois
Oh,
made it because of his trophies, bro.
no, but it's apartheid.
But it was a supporting point, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
But
I
avoid
talk
that
about his
debate.
individuality overall.
Hurricane none supporting point, none at all. That's when all of
But
them man here have that as a supporting point.
I
but
never said Hurricane was being it in the yes, yes. You literally said Hurricane the same time I said it. You said it was
No, me I say
between.
me I call him name. But
Yeah, someone I just
realistically,
call him name too.
him not in it for two for real.
I call
Like
him name too. What
is a
about
Aguero.
Cavani and Higuain and what do you guys put Eto in there? Torres.
I'm
Are we
not put it.
considering David Villa striker or a left winger?
which
All of
Torres?
them
Um,
Which
man they
Torres? Which
not
Torres?
all of them man they not have the longevity that we did.
RVP.
All,
RVP, longevity. That's what everybody call
all
RVP
of,
because
no,
it's
So
no, no.
hold on. No. Only don't think that Robin van Persie had a 5 year stretch that is greater than Zlatan from 2010 to 2025. May I
what?
ask? May I ask?
No, no, no,
Five
May I
year,
ask?
five
Yeah, so
years a bit
no.
of a
2010, him never go
stretch.
him. How is it a stretch? He
Like
went to
5 year.
Manu which year? Which year him go Manu?
Him go
2013
Man
or
U
2012?
2012.
20 him go Manu 2012.
Win the league in first year, and
No,
then
when him lead the second year.
the second
No.
year he was what top goal scorer in first
First year
year.
in the league,
First year and the
2012
second year, man,
13.
for my top goal scorer. Yeah.
So
So
that's
And then
at
after
least
those 2 years,
4
it was
years.
which
yeah,
what?
that's why I'm say five after but that's after 2014. That was kinda
But
A
the
plus.
2014, bro, it was really about our the World Cup when they do and they never even score much goal in the World Cup. And bear in mind, I am a Van Persie
No,
fan.
him play good enough 2014 for United, man. Yeah, that about.
How much goal in they score?
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Um him score
Well,
about
at least 10 in the league, but never played a
if
full
he can score like
league that year.
15 to 18 kind they get injured.
Yeah.
Um I'm not sure,
But
man.
I know,
Check.
I feel like 5 years is a
No,
stretch.
5 years definitely a stretch.
A stretch. I feel like 3 year the most, honestly.
He played 28 games in 2013
And
2014
have 18
season,
goal.
and he had 18 and 3.
Yeah.
The year after that, which would be, I guess, that would have been what, the
Yeah. 14,
fifth
15.
year in fall, yeah, that in fall up. All right, that's my saying. I wasn't saying he had to be in there. I'm just thinking about if we are
I
thinking
feel
about
like
peaks and the height of peaks
Him would make it over
versus.
Zlatan, bro.
it would make
I'm
me
not
not feel
saying him
like
going to make it over Zlatan, but
I
just
feel like
did
the
I
best
ask?
debate in those name over Zlatan would have been Aguero. As I said, I feel like Aguero probably shot and we had
Like,
come put Zlatan in there.
I don't think Aguero is
I don't,
shot though. Because if we're
I
looking
don't,
at it in
I've
bro,
never understood this Zlatan thing, dog. I've almost never understood it.
like me, you know,
I think he's one of those players who similar to
Callum.
similar
No,
to
we don't rate
Neymar,
Aguero, but no, but yeah.
similar
that's
to
what I just never say now.
similar to the Neymar thing, where it's almost like he's almost inserted into conversations by default because of his persona, because of what we know him to be big. And I'm not saying he's not a serial goal scorer, but another person who was brought in, the same reason why we call Neymar a flop for him PSG transfer. The man was brought in to do something that he was never like able of accomplishing. How do we definitively put him over Aguero, bro? Oh,
We don't have a problem if you
The
know.
thing is,
I feel me kind of
the
back
thing
on
is just like with if we're talking about trophies, the two of them have already have trophies. If we're talking, none of them not a Champions League. If we're talking about um goal scoring, I feel like in the decade or from 2010 to now, I feel like Aguero probably have more goals than Zlatan. Maybe.
Zlatan probably have more goals, but we I think we're 2010 we I talk about him being in league one.
Zlatan literally have like mostly 2 straight seasons when go over 30 goal. I doubt if Aguero have 2 straight seasons when go over 30 goal, go over
Well,
No,
30.
one is
pan
playing
Tattoo. Yeah, look
in the
pan
Premier League and one are playing a league on. So
no Tattoo. Yeah,
Well,
look
no, no,
pan
Ima. Jesus.
yeah look pan league goals. Me talk overall.
Overall, in the I think in the Champion League, I'm going to score that much in the Champion. I think Zlatan have more numbers in the Champion League. Well, if you have based it between the 2010, my Aguero that have more
I feel
goals.
like
If you have
Aguero
based
have more
if you are strictly
because
if you are strictly between the
20
2010.
make a run through let's just say league, right? 2010, Zlatan had 14 and 12 for Milan. Then the following year he had 28 and 7. After that him go PSG, 30 and 10, 26 and 15, 19 and 6, 38 and 13. Then him go Man U and did have 17. Everybody know how that did go. And then the following year him they cut more or less. After that him go to MLS and did score I think he did have 22 or 30 back to back
Back to back, yeah.
in back to back years, and then him did go back to Milan and I think he had 10. I guess. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had 10. And then I think in him last full season, or well, him second to last full season, he did have 15. Now again, when I asked the question about Aguero, like why Aguero is definitively put behind Zlatan, it's not because I don't think that Zlatan is a good shot. It's just like I
no
don't think the gap is I don't think the gap that it's almost sounds like is there. I don't
No,
think
no, like I think the gap is there. Like
no
really,
if
I
we're
think
talking about since 2010, there's not a gap.
there's not a gap.
But the like me is not the biggest Aguero fan.
Yeah, you know, like
But
Aguero, we know
dog,
that.
what yo the
no,
20
no,
yo
no, no,
La
no, no,
Liga
no.
in last La Liga season 20 goals. First season in the Premier League 23 and 8. Next season after that what
Was
12 and 8.
13.
After that is 17 and 6, then 26 and 8, then 24 and 2, then 20 and 4, then 21 and 6, then 20. The man is the epitome of consistency, bro. In a
Yeah, yeah. Well,
significantly
well,
harder
you
league.
only I make me smile more because I think I always have said I think Aguero and Kane is the only striker in the Premier League that consistent. I think Salah now probably can into that conversation too. We have 5 year
Well, I
consistent
mean, he's not a
of
striker, so I guess
20
that's why I'm
of
not in
20
the
plus goal.
conversation. So,
Of 20
so
plus goal.
question: is it a case where we're just eliminating Hurricane on the basis that him doing nothing, or only just don't think he's good
Definitely.
enough?
We just
Him
we
I
just
forget
Marissa
eliminate.
eliminated.
asks. Marissa
Him I
asks,
forget. First of all,
why though?
I don't think he's as good as Aguero. And so him
Whoa!
get eliminated by that
That's the
alone.
first, bro. Me and literally have a conversation already, and you tell me say Kane better than Aguero.
No, I said the you. I make it seem like say it was a this debate. And me tell you say it's a this debate. That's what
No,
I'm
it
say.
is not even that close.
It no brother, it close. It is close. It is
No,
definitely
sir.
close.
All right,
But
Nah,
just on
bro.
the
but
basis of being a striker and what it entails, bro. There's why the dogs doing the job very well too. He just played for a team that couldn't win nothing, and that same team won something and fired them coach.
I
Like
think, but
it's a bad.
Aban, I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna take away our Hurricane credit. I
I
think
wish
Mr.
I wish I
Hurricane,
did I wish I did my side Hurricane play for. Him would
yeah,
have tied that
might be,
trophy.
might
Him would
be,
have tied that trophy.
but might be because I think Mr. Hurricane went to like 2 finals or 3 finals where him just completely never
No,
performed.
I won't disagree. Do I think he's a big moment player? Not particularly, but that's not the conversation we're having. And if that was the
but
differentiator, then
it
Aguero
comes
will
into
win
it
for
though.
sure.
It
No,
comes
of
into it
course
though.
it's a factor. Absolutely. But I was just asking if he's only being eliminated, if it's just trophies, or only just don't think him even in or remotely in the conversation.
No,
Because lest we
man, I
forget,
think
he's what? He's a top two goal scorer in Premier League history. So if yeah, just dismiss him like that.
I don't think him better than Aguero. Like this is the argument since 2010, but man, I think him better than Zlatan either. That I
No,
just know.
like that, like nah. We don't know to
So
just put
that's
Zlatan
why
name.
him just get eliminated, bro.
We don't know to just
You see
throw
how
Zlatan
Tattoo
name like that.
smile when him hears Zlatan? That's I think people think about him aura dog
No,
like
bro,
No. Yeah,
bro, Zlatan.
but yeah, push it now, Jeff.
Yo,
no
Like
yo,
bro.
Jam,
Zlatan
Zlatan
is
is
that
I'm
the
not
guy, bro.
saying
man,
he's
bro.
not good enough.
He's
I
that
am not
guy, though.
saying he's not that guy.
Zlatan
I'm
is
just
the
saying
guy.
look on the man teeth, bro. Me I see all of them.
Bro,
Bro,
Zlatan, you know, Zlatan is the man, bro. Is
Nah.
no,
He definitely is. Nah, I'm not
I
like
hear
that,
you,
Jeff.
bro.
A aura factor do come into it, bro. I'm not
There's
like that.
no way. You cannot tell me that. You can't tell me that.
so hold on.
You
Alright, so
can't tell
Jeff,
me
you don't look
that.
at me right now with that straight face and tell me say Drogba better than Zlatan?
No,
No,
jump on that.
but that's not the argument I'm
Oh,
making.
oh
I'm
no,
just saying.
we just want to know how much, like, oh, we really
No,
views that.
I am a bro. Let me tell you, I used to be like you guys. I used to hear people say Ibrahimovic and must say, what?
No, the thing is,
Well, I'm just saying, I definitely think when we're having conversations, the things that we might discredit others for, we almost ignore it with certain players. The same argument today I make with Neymar a while ago. I think Zlatan is one of those players too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to that.
the thing is though, I feel like Neymar have way more reasonable bucketive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but I mean, final position we have Aguero, Zlatan.
We're going to put Zlatan. We can put Zlatan. I don't have no problem putting Zlatan.
I
I'm a
don't have a
save
problem
Zlatan
with
fan.
either one though. And
I
I know
mean,
Calamity now go want put Aguero because Aguero. I know,
bro,
but
you see, life still me there as a fight for Aguero when him a fight for Zlatan. When him a
Exactly. And
get
me a
no,
fight
I said it
Aguero
is
too.
cool. I said it is cool. Wait, just, the thing is just that say yo, me feel like for say Zlatan is better than Aguero. But probably because me now just look on the 2010 to now. Like me probably me have view him whole him
that's what
overall.
me
Which
I say,
most
bro.
people
If
do.
we're taking into consideration from 2010 to now, it's a lot closer.
Close.
Also,
And
Because him at Ajax was what? Like early 2000 though.
early,
mid 2000.
no man, early.
He
That
more
was that was
41
before him got
now.
Inter.
Who
That
was
was
hold on, like an upcoming star Calamity? Cause probably and Jeb. Like an upcoming star who was more like more in the spotlight if you say yes. Between him and
Zlatan.
Aguero.
Zlatan.
mm,
Zlatan.
Aguero
I
was
don't think he's debatable. Zlatan.
Aguero was getting hype though, Like,
Yeah,
He
because I
was
think
getting hype,
Aguero with a
but
golden ball.
Aguero was getting hype, and then you had again the aura factor, bro. That man never have manners from morning. The same talk Zlatan talk no was the same talk him there talk when him did just step on the scene, bro. And at the end of the day, wanna know how it go with louder personalities, bro, versus people who aren't like. I really later on in Aguero career him start like talking, like
Yeah,
talk
when
since
him
him get
retire, him
retire,
start stream
yeah,
and chat. Him never
and
enjoy
talk,
talk.
yeah, exactly. And then I know how that go already, bro. So
I mean,
I think Zlatan.
for the
And
for
when
the
you're considering
president,
hype, when you're
whatever.
considering hype, you have to take into account not only just football, bro. You have to take into account media and just like the of everything overall. So yeah,
But yeah,
Alright.
Calamity, more feel how if I put in either. Because as I said, two of them my favorite striker.
but I just want to put like a slash Aguero or something. Like when we are carve out the face them on the Mount Rushmore. That's why we make it half Zlatan,
I
half
have Aguero.
Aguero.
It I would appreciate that very much, honestly. Cause honestly, job I feel like the word underlook Aguero so good.
And then I will call it
That's
Ibra
yeah.
Guerra.
What you know when he for do a underrated player video, so we
Yeah, we
can
definitely
get
need to do
tattoo,
that.
we can get tattoo the platform him need. Cause the man have enough players who him just simply don't think get the hype or the attention they're supposed to
No, it's
get.
actually just
But then
two
him
player.
always
It's
bring them in at the best argument, and that's
no,
where me and him
it's
always have
really
a
just two
problem.
players. It's really just two players. And Calamity always tell me say I just me overhype them. I really just
Who that?
Aguero
And Griezmann,
and Griezmann.
Yeah, overhype Aguero and Griezmann.
Yeah,
Like
but I just
tattoo,
them two
tattoo.
players. Believe me, a two player I feel like don't get the flowers that them supposed to get.
Nah, nah. But people, this was the Mount Rushmore since 2010. Quickly, goalkeepers. We have Buffon, Naya, Cassius, right back, Dani Alves, Lam, Carvajal, Kyle Walker, centre back, Ramos, Thiago Silva, PK, Chiellini, left back, we have Marcelo, Jordi Alba, David Alaba, sorry, Andy Robertson. Defensive midfield, we have Busquets, Casemiro, Kante, Pirlo, centre mid, we have Iniesta, Madrid, Cruz, Xavi, attacking mid, we have KDB, Ozil, David Silva, Muller, left wing, CR7, Neymar, Ribéry, Hazard, Mbappe should have done it. Right wing, we have Messi, Bale, Robin, Salah. Striker, we have Suarez, Lewandowski, Benzema,
And
Zlatan,
Morata.
And Morata, yeah, Morata.
Lukaku.
Lukaku.
You know, it's the Lukaku that tell us him for the pandis. Like Lukaku is that man. Like
Oh
Lukaku has
my
a
God.
huge ego. Anyway, people, don't be like Lukaku. Make sure someone fix up on the first touch. You see me? Please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, because that's gonna notify you when the video might drop. Be up on yourself, people. And we out.